The Miami Dolphins are still undefeated here in Week 5 as they take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Earlier in the week, the Dolphins re-signed their right tackle, Jawan James, to the next 4 years. Andy Dalton is QB1 of this opposing Bengals team. The Red Rifle, under center on his own 43, 3rd and 2, needs a conversion, and he does just that. Finds John Ross on a corner, stumbles into Miami territory. Now on the 12, another 3rd down. All the time in the world for Dalton. Steps up in the pocket, finds A.J. Green, who comes back for the ball, sheds the tackle of Rashad Jones, and just waltzes into the end zone. Touchdown Bengals thanks to A.J. Green. 7-0 is their lead. Ryan Tannehill 2.0 takes the field for the Dolphins, just under 1,000 yards and 5 TDs for him on the season. On the Bengals' 39-yard line, Tannehill rolling out to his right, finds Albert Wilson, who gets laid out and fumble! Forced fumble and fumble recovery by Vontaze Burfict, and the Bengals are going the other way with it. But it's all good because the Dolphins' defense, which has been one of the best in the league this season, comes up big yet again. Wake hits Dalton as he throws on 3rd down. That forces a punt, so the Dolphins are back on offense with about 2:38 left in the first quarter. Tannehill over the middle finds Jazeki, the Southern Regional grad from Manahawkin, New Jersey. Then another 3rd and 7 finds Leonte Carew, the Rutgers man. After that, it's going to be 1st and 10 inside Cincinnati territory, and Tannehill is going to find Albert Wilson, who spins out of a tackle, jukes out another one, and then picks up the 1st down. 3rd and 1, handoff, Kalen Ballage out of Arizona State, gets down inside the 10-yard line. Now on the 7, it's 2nd and goal. Tannehill drops back, doesn't like what he sees, so he takes off for the end zone himself. Crazy Legs Tannehill into the end zone, his first rushing touchdown of the season, ties this game at 7 as we are now in the second quarter. 8:53 in the second. Andy Dalton being sacked by Cameron Wake on 2nd down. They would not recover, and they would have to punt on that drive. So let's pick things back up with Miami on offense. Handoff to Kalen Ballage. Jukes out a man in the secondary. Sheds another, and then outruns the rest. Kalen Ballage, 63 yards, count them up, to the end zone, and it's now a 14-7 Dolphins lead. Kalen Ballage, the best running back in the AFC East. Now on their own 24 are the Bengals later in the second. All the time in the world for Dalton, but eventually Cameron Wake would get off his block and take down Dalton. So it's 2nd and 16, 3rd and 16. Later in the drive, Dalton needs the convert. Wake almost gets to him, but this time he finds Jordan Matthews for the 1st down. 2nd and 9 later in the drive, Dalton finds John Ross for the 1st down, gets inside Miami territory. 1st and 10 here, play action. Dalton hooks up with Tyler Eifert, and he gets tackled at about the 15-yard line, and then they would settle for a field goal, make it a 14-10 Miami lead. Later in the second, Miami's back on offense. Handoff to Kalen Ballage, kicks it to the outside. Another good run for the Arizona State Sun Devil, and he's inside Bengals territory. 3rd and 8. Tannehill finds Gavin Escobar over the middle. They would not go much farther, and they settle for a field goal, but they're up by 7 yet again. 17-10 is the score. Now, with about 58 seconds left in the second quarter, Bengals trying to score before halftime. Dalton over the middle, hooks up with John Ross. Now inside Miami territory, 3rd and 1, finds Malcolm Mitchell, who gets laid out by Cordreas Tankersley, picks up the fumble himself that he caused, and then he runs it all the way back to the house. Cordrea Tankersley, fumble recovery for a touchdown right before halftime, makes it a 24-10 lead for the Fins. We pick things up in the second half now. Dolphins on offense. Tannehill under pressure, finds Kenny Stills, jukes at a man, and he finally gets taken down at about midfield. 3rd and 6 now for the Dolphins. Tannehill scrambling out of the pocket, extending the play, finds Gavin Escobar for the 1st down. They would not go much farther as Young Ho Koo, the legend, knocks down a field goal. 27-10 is the score. Now 27-13 as the Bengals kicked a field goal on their last drive, and we're back on offense with the Dolphins. Mike Gesicki over the middle for a 1st down. 1st and 10 now on the 37, handoff to Kalen Ballage. He's hit on the play. He would have a bruised sternum, luckily only be out for the rest of this game. He'll be back next week. Now on the 20-yard line are the Dolphins. 3rd and 6, they need a conversion. Tannehill finds Leonte Carew. Now they're inside the 10. On the 4, handoff Jeremy Langford getting some some time as Ballage is out for the rest of the game, and Langford punches it into the end zone for his first rushing touchdown. It's now 34-13 is the score. We move on late fourth quarter as it was just a whole bunch of nothing happening. Charles Harris, the second-year man in Missouri, picks up a sack, forcing a 4th and 21. Dalton checks down on 4th and 21 to John Ross. He gets stopped, and that is going to be a turnover on downs in the end of the game as the Miami Dolphins come out on top here in Cincinnati. They are still undefeated on the season. 34-13 is the final score. Stats on the day: Ryan Tannehill was 20 for 32. That is, he completed 62% of his passes, threw for 256 yards through the air, had 53 yards on the ground, as well as the rushing touchdown. Kalen Ballage, big day, 12 carries, 117 yards. That's 9.7 a pop, with also that long touchdown for 63 yards. Raekwon McMillan doing his thing on the defense, picked up 10 tackles for the Miami defense. There was some bad news in this game, though, as A.J. Derby, the number 2 tight end for this team, was hurt blocking in this game. He is going to be out for the next 5 weeks as he dislocated his elbow. That means that Gavin Escobar and even Durham Smythe are going to be getting more time at tight end. And with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Miami Dolphins football. Don't forget to tune in next time as they take on the Chicago Bears in Week 6, who are also undefeated. Undefeated versus undefeated. I've been your host, Jerseyborn, and I'm saying goodbye.